Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't. Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man.
Jump, fuck.
Welcome
Right
in.
on. That sounded great, John. Thanks for opening up.
Oh, thank you.
Gave me a chance to kind of go through the chat and say hello to everybody or put their comments up. So that was cool.
Sure.
How's it going for you today, man?
It's going good. Yeah.
Right on.
The F1 race in Vegas was basically last night, so I'm right up to date on everything, and
You're
good.
ready
Glad
to go.
to be here, man.
Right on. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. That sounded great. We are Sunday Chat and Jam today. It is 5:13 p.m. on the 19th of November, 2023, and let's get going, man. I think we got a few more boys waiting. Let's see who we got. Let's see. I've got, there's one ringing the bell. We have Mr. Symmetry Trev.
Cheers, everybody. Light them up.
Welcome in, sir. Welcome in, sir. I keep expecting to put you on camera, and I see nothing back behind you and just bare studs and still working on getting the move done.
There's a big hole in the shop over on this side. This will be one of the last things to go
Right.
next weekend.
The set.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's in my bedroom. This will be the
Yeah.
last.
Can't get
But,
the studio moved until
yeah,
last minute, huh?
And yeah, John, that F1 race. I mean, I didn't watch the race, but I watched the Twitter verse of it. And what a great race for an F1 race, man. There was some
It was
back
good.
and forth
Yeah.
going, man.
There was
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think we lost one from the green room. He just dropped right out.
That's
But
normal.
today we have
With no further ado,
we never know what he's doing.
Yeah.
For his live premiere, we have today with us. Well, not live premiere. He's been on other shows, but live guitar playing premiere. Well, he's actually been on YouTube, but it wasn't live. So
live premiere on the OU812 show.
there we go. Live premiere on the OU812 show. It's live without a net. Mr. Charles Greene.
right on.
That's got to be the worst entry I've ever heard, Ryan. That's pathetic, bro. I love you.
Man, he's fitting in right already. Man. He's, like
Oh,
he's been here for
shoot.
years.
Oh,
Well,
my
man,
goodness.
we are so glad to have you today.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. It's been a long time to
Thanks
get
for
myself
coming,
to where I
man.
could even play on YouTube. I'm nervous as hell. Forgive me. It's funny because what you were saying is this is the first time I'm ever going to play live on YouTube Live. This is like it. This is like I'm losing my YouTube virginity to a guy named Ryan John Trev and some dude named R2 R3 Locking Nut.
Sounds like
I'm
a
cool
party.
with that. I'm
Well,
cool with it.
Charles, for the longest time, R2 was a YouTube virgin as well, because he'd play these magical clips where you just see somebody from here down, and they were all pre-recorded stuff, right?
Right.
So it wasn't until about a couple of months ago that we figured out he could actually play. So
Right. Yeah, we would tease him.
Wow.
So Charles,
Well, I got to give you guys a lot of shout out and credit right now. It takes huge cojones to come on here and play every week like you guys do.
Man, we
You
just
have
love
to
to do it.
prepare for this. I respect the heck out of you guys.
It's all about the smiles. We just love to do it and come on here and
Yeah,
we don't
well, it's
really
a good
care.
community. I got to tell you, it's a bunch of great people out there. So,
So, Charles, just go ahead and take you a couple of deep breaths and just, relax just a little bit, just
Surrounded by friends.
Blues Fraba, just relax a little bit. No, not that relax. Oh,
that's,
Jesus, Charles.
man.
God damn.
ouch, that one hurt, dude. Jeez.
It's like those needles. There he is.
Bringing it to
Mr.
rear.
R2R3.
What's happening, guys?
What is up, sir? Let me come over here and get something just a little less busy back behind us. How's that?
Had a reboot. I froze.
That's
That
boot.
happens.
Yeah, we figured something was up.
Apple.
So I'm going to come over here and I am going to pull up the chat and we're going to say hello to, real quick,
45,000 people.
channel members. We've got channel membership on the channel. Thank each and every one of you that have chosen to become a channel member. That helps support the channel, help us to do what we do. We're going to give a quick shout. We got All Dave All Night, Blue Mox, Boner Jams, Ferd Burfel is here, Guitar Man 45, Herb of Fireside Studio is in, Hip Metal Works, Jimmy Biter, Kurt 5150, Mr. BHB Jr., Bruce, Patty Dill, Paul Martin Woods is here, and I think I saw Rambler in the chat somewhere.
I did see a Rambler.
Yeah, so if I missed you, channel member, just say something. We'll get you. Appreciate everybody. Look at here. Look at here. Bryce Regal has been a member for 1 month. We thank you, sir. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, Charles, I wanted to kind of just, my introduction to you was a Ben Coombs show. And you were talking and you were telling some stories, and I'm like, man, who is this dude? You know, he's throwing out some names here. I'm like, so I didn't have any back history or anything. And since then, I've kind of learned that, you used to be in California and you worked at a couple clubs. But there may be some people here today in the chat that aren't familiar with who you are. If they are, they've been under a rock for a while. But can you just kind of give us a quick, back
that can't happen. Yeah, sure. So I know most of you guys. It was kind of interesting. I had just pretty much gotten out of high school. It was the summer. I graduated in 79, so it was the summer of 80. So it was maybe 7-8 months after high school. Something like that. And I'm standing outside in the front yard and I'm washing my car, and one of my buddies drives by, and he pulls up, and it's my friend Curtis. Good to see you, bro. And it's my friend Dave, and he's on his way. He's got this real serious look on his face. He's on his way to the Air Force recruiting station, and he was going to join the Air Force. He was hell bent on it. Wow. And there's backstory to it I won't go into, but I spent the better part of 20 minutes trying to talk him out of it. I mean, it was not Air Force material. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And they might not have even taken him, so I'm just playing devil's advocate with him, trying to be a good friend. And so he decides he's going. I said, well, man, I'm not letting you go by yourself. So I jump in his truck and I roll up with him. So we're rolling up Artesia Boulevard, heading into Redondo Beach out of Manhattan, California. And as we're rolling down the road, and it's in the middle of the day. It's like noon. And we see a buddy of ours, Jeff, and his truck coming the other direction. And so, we wave, and he's waving and waving. And so we pull over, and he pulls over, and I get out, and I walk across to him. And he says to me, he says, hey, man, he goes, I met this guy named Mike, and he runs this security company. He's got a show at the Whisky A Go-Go tonight. Heart's playing. He says, I need to bring a big guy with me. Are you interested? And I heard Whisky A Go-Go. I'd been there. I had been to the Whisky. I'd been to the clubs for, a few months after high school. And if I could get in when I was a senior in high school, I did go too. So I was familiar with it, but that sounded really cool, right? Mm-hmm, and so I was like, yeah, dude. So I spun around. I said, hey, Dave, bro, you're on your own, man. I jumped in his truck. He didn't go into the Air Force. They wouldn't take him. I think is what the story was. But anyway, about a few hours later, there's getting to be about maybe 4 o'clock, 3:34, and Jeff picks me up, takes me down to this guy's house in Hermosa Beach, right on the beach, little apartment. I doubt it's there anymore. And a guy named Mike. And I go upstairs to meet Mike, and there's these two muscle builder guys who turned out to actually be Hollywood stuntmen. I called them the Royd Brothers because they were really into shooting steroids.
Oh, wow.
It was like their job, dude. Yeah. It was their job. They were into one thing, their bodies. Yep. And they liked to act. They were stuntmen. They were crazy. These guys are crazy. Mm-hmm. And so I walk in this apartment. These guys are shooting steroids right on the couch, man. And I was shocked. I meet Mike. He was kind of into it too. It was never my thing. I never got into it. But we end up jumping into this Chevy Malibu, and a beautiful, beautiful 69 Chevy Malibu, guys. It was a beautiful ride. And I'm sitting between these two guys in the back seat. My friend Jeff's in the front seat, and Mike's driving, and we're out making our way up to the Whisky A Go-Go, and it's really no big deal. In those days, 35, 40 minutes from the, where we were at the beach, right onto anywhere on Sunset Boulevard, no problem. Easy. But we're talking 5 o'clock Friday, traffic building up. You know, it's not 5 yet, but it's going to be soon. We were supposed to be at the club at a specific time. It's funny because Mike had already been contracted working as extra security for the club, but he'd been getting in trouble with Mario. Mario Maglione was my boss. Maglieri is his name. And he had already been telling Mike, look, you're getting late to the shows and stuff. We need you guys here. You're security. Be on time. Mm-hmm. And so Mike was making this. He was trying to be on time. I'll give him credit. He was trying to. We're getting onto the on-ramp of the 405 freeway in L.A. to head into Los Angeles. And the radio's playing. I think it was KLOS radio. And the guy on the radio says, hey, it's, he said, whatever time he says it was. And Mike looks at his wristwatch because that's what we did in those days. There were no cell phones or anything like that. And he goes, what time did he say it was? And I think Jeff said, I wouldn't even pay attention. But anyway, he comes to the conclusion that his watch might not be right. And so we're in traffic and he leans over to this lady. He goes, hey, what time is it? And she tells him what time it was. And he was quite literally like 40 minutes late from when he thought it was. I won't go into the exact time, but he was late.
Yeah.
And now he's freaking out. So this is what this guy does. I've told this story before. I'll tell it again. It's gridlock on the 485. The average speed is usually around, and nowadays it's close to 80 miles an hour. But at this point, it was stop, stand still, inching along, miserable LA gridlock.
I can't drive 55.
He reaches under his front seat and pulls out a LA County Sheriff's star. Now, this guy is not a sheriff. He's a wannabe. Okay, yep. He wanted to be a sheriff, and he had a star, and he flashed that badge, and he made people move, and he got into the emergency lane, and we were going 60 miles an hour in the emergency lane. It was crazy, weaving in and out of traffic, making people move for us, flashing that badge like he was a cop. Well, the whole time, me and Jeff, I'd never met this guy before in my life, and neither had Jeff. The two Royd brothers between me, I'm sitting between these two guys. They were calm as could be. This was like normal behavior for these guys, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, he's flying, he's cutting in and out, and we managed to get onto La Cienega, and everything's cool once we got onto La Cienega. The fact we didn't get pulled over by a cop, it was an absolute miracle. Any of you who are familiar with Los Angeles County and the 405 freeway, you cannot get away from the cops on that freeway. They got that thing locked down. Well, it was the same thing in 1980. So that ride was absolutely traumatic for me. It was a nerve-shattering experience, to say the least, for me and Jeff. But we pulled it through the Whisky, and we were still late. We were 20-something minutes, 30 minutes late. We were late. And there was 300 people outside around the club, right?
Oh, wow.
And so before I ever got into that club, we did crowd control. We jumped out, we pulled over, jumped out, boom, boom. We got them all organized, sent them around the building up the back. Behind there's a long alleyway. Sometimes they'll send them down the alleyway instead of sending them up Clark Street. And so Mike goes, he called me Chuck. He says, Chuck, come here, man. And so he takes me into the club, introduces me to a couple of people, Charlie, Randy, a couple of waitresses, and Louie, the upstairs bartender. That was Mario's nephew. And he takes me up to the backstage. The whole time I'm just walking with him, following him. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He sticks me right in front of a dressing room door. And he goes, listen, he says, you need to be respectful. I want you to be articulate. I need you to be a really nice guy until it's time not to be. And damn it, this is important. This is Mike talking to me. And I'm like, okay, you got it, man. Sure. I'm like a football player at this point. I don't care. I'm in. Put me in, coach. It was Ann and Nancy Wilson's dressing room door, dude.
Wow.
So I was like,
awesome,
blown away, right? So for the next evening, it was, it was a really cool experience, man. I was totally jazzed. It was great to see the girls. My first rock star, Nancy Wilson. Can't do any worse than that, guys.
Nope.
That's perfect.
And so that's how I got my start in Hollywood. I assimilated to that job really well. I liked it. People liked me. I got along. And so I did it for close to 2 years. Wow. More than a year and a half, less than 2 years.
So you literally fell right into it.
Right into
place
it.
at the right time.
All because I just happened to be going with my buddy to talk him out of going to the Air Force.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's life, right?
So about 2 years you were at the same place at the Whisky?
Yeah. So simultaneously to that, they brought in extra security after Mike got fired. Because Mike got fired very soon after that for being late. And they actually approached me about the fourth or fifth night that we were there at the club. I was working with Mike, the manager. His name was Paul at that time. A guy named Paul Dancer was his name. And he approached me and asked me if I wanted to work full time. I was like, dude, yeah, this would be cool, you know. I'd made a lot of friends, you know. And there was this waitress that was really hot that I had my eye on. And that was really my whole reason for taking a damn job in the first place, to be honest. You know, because I could have gone anywhere. I ended up working with West Security, Western Event Services today, almost immediately after that as well. Wow. The Whisky had me on about 4 days a week to start. And then I would work security for concerts and things like that.
Right on.
Primarily like the Forum and Long Beach Arena, Santa Monica Civic, a handful of main venues where concerts were held and events were taken. You know, formal stuff. Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. I did a Rodney Dangerfield show there. You know, for a night. Yeah. So it was just fun. It was a lot of fun, but it was brutal too. I mean, it wasn't all cakewalk. It wasn't like I had to stand around and look pretty all the time. I mean, I had to fight all the damn time.
Right. Situations. Yeah.
Wow.
But I got to meet some really cool people, you know.
Who would you say is probably the coolest, chillest, famous rock star that you've met?
May I have a guess? Tommy Lee?
Oh, no. No. I love him, and we were very close, but no, he's kind of a loose cannon, to be honest with me. I mean, you know. No, I would truly have to say Peter Frampton.
Peter Frampton,
I would say class act. Al Stewart, you know, You're the Cat, Al Stewart, class act, big time. There were there's lots of music other than hair metal that came through the Whisky. I mean, there was just every kind of genre you could think of. Quite literally, one time I showed up at the club, I told this story. This was kind of weird, actually, but I mean, I grew up in California. I've seen all kinds of things, and I show up under the Sunset Strip, and about just a couple of months after being there, I showed up to work one day, and I come through the back door, and Randy and Charlie are standing there, and they've got this look on their face like they're looking at me like up and down, like they're kind of pissed at me, and not pissed at me, but kind of. I'll explain. Yeah. And so they're saying, like, dude, you're the luckiest guy in the world, and I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, you don't have any idea what's going on, do you? I said, well, there's a tour bus outside. I don't know what's going on, but something's happening. What's going on, guys? They go, well, there's 30 women upstairs from France, and they're doing a I don't know how to say it, a burlesque show, right? A French burlesque show, and you're the backstage bouncer, and you're going to hang with these women all night long. Oh, and I'm like,
did you immediately say oui, oui?
Well,
monsieur.
Yeah, I said a lot of stuff, but at the same time, my girlfriend, I had just started dating Gwen. Well, we'd been dating for a month or so at that time, and because we almost immediately started dating once I went to the club. And the thing about it is these were not women; these were all men.
Oh.
They were from a French, quite literally, almost none of them spoke any English, and they were the most incredibly, what's the word to use this, non-looking men I've ever seen. It was incredible false advertising. Let's put it that way.
So it was a drag show.
And oh, dude.
Yeah.
And this California surf boy right here had never seen any shit like that ever. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. It was, but they were very good. I'll say this.
Guy.
They were very good. They were very talented. That's the kind of stuff that we were exposed to working in Hollywood. I have seen some shit. I opened up the bathroom door upstairs because it was locked, and you have no idea.
Just close it.
No idea.
Just close it. Fuck it. I'm out.
Yeah. So I I ended up having to mature very quickly. Within 6 months, I turned in from this surf kid to I was well seasoned at what I was doing with my job and everything. By that time, I'd met, all of the crew, Rat, Dawkin, fucking Dubrow, Kevin Dubrow, all the rockers that hung with them. I'd seen,
One of my favorites was when you watch Metallica come and get Cliff from Trauma.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite stories.
One day, one of my most my most dear story I have is of James Hetfield. I'm standing at the time clock, and I'm looking at the forecast for shows for the future, and this guy's standing next to me, and I look over at him, and he goes, "Hey, are you Chuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he reaches out to shake my hand, and I'm shaking it, and I'm looking him up and down, and this guy's dressed like leather pants, leather jacket, Led Zeppelin t-shirt, nice boots, long hair, clean shaven. Guy looked like a bona fide rock star, and I was like, "Dude." And he goes, "Hey, we just handed he goes, "Wish me luck." This is what he says. He goes, "Wish me luck. I just gave our cassette tape to Michelle upstairs, and maybe she'll put us on." And I was like, "Really?" He goes, "That's fucking Metallica." That was James Hetfield, man.
That's crazy.
I was just like, wow.
So you got to see a start of a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember Cliff.
Real quick.
Go ahead, bro. There you go. Right on.
Jimmy Biter, thank you, sir. He says, "You guys
Jimmy
rock.
rocks.
I repaired the 2 broken faders on my Gitcaster. It was a nightmare to put back together. Don't recommend taking one apart. Now just needs a live stream test." Right on, man. We'll get you in here maybe next Sunday or so. We'll test it out.
Right on, Jimmy. Right on.
Thank you, sir.
Right on, Jimmy.
So you met Metallica before they were really popular, huh?
Yeah, I remember one of my...
I guess Dave was there at the time, right? Dave Mustaine. Did you meet Dave when... That would have been...
Okay, so this is before Dave. This is before Dave. This is
the other
before
fella.
Metallica.
Right.
Before Cliff was in Metallica and before Dave was in there. This was a very interesting time in Metallica history. Within probably 3 months, it was 3 months before they actually were there playing in the club. Probably another 3 months. And during that 3 months, one of the first times I ever saw Cliff, he was upset. I was thinking about this the other day. I didn't know who these guys were. I didn't know. I didn't know the name of the band, and there are this many guys in it, and they're on it this time, And so I come walking up the stairs, and I make a left turn at the top of the stairs, and I'm looking down, and there's this lanky dude standing there just cussing out this other guy, just cussing him out. Another bandmate in Trauma. And so my first memory of Cliff is him being pissed off.
Wow.
Dave Mustaine was a really, really nice guy. He was very soft-spoken. He wasn't too crazy and boisterous unless he got upset. But when things got crazy, they all had a temper.
Yeah.
These guys were all, you had your guys who were well-behaved, but they were all there with one thing in mind. They had a mission.
Yeah.
Some of them were a whole lot more focused than others. Some of them I tell the joke story about this band that played the Whisky. They were there about every couple of months. They were there always on a rock night, and they had the worst work ethic of any band that I ever saw play there. They would literally get in a circle before going on and all pound a tall boy just before hitting the stage. Oh, wow. And they'd been drinking before. They were absolutely shit-faced wasted. That was their shtick. They loved it. That was their thing. They sounded like shit. They were horrible. But, that's what they did. So it was just a really interesting time. There were lots and lots of really cool people. I got to meet Lemmy. Lemmy tolerated me. This was at the time when Metallica was always touring. He lived on a tour bus. In 1980, 81, and 82. Metallica lived on a tour bus, quite literally.
Right.
But he started his history at the Whisky in the late 70s. I mean, he was already known and everyone knew him and loved him. Metallica was quite literally, I think, the beginning of metal. Quite
Was
literally, the beginning of
breakout
metal.
for thrash.
Certainly appeared that way in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Let's put it that way. It was really crazy because we were dealing with the punk scene, which was ultra violent. Okay, let me rephrase that. The San Francisco punk scene was trying to emulate the
New York.
English London punk scene, which was very violent.
Yeah.
There was
Vicious.
something occurring. And we actually, it's interesting, part of that whole occurrence, the Go-Go's, okay? Those are some of the most hardcore punk chicks you've ever set your eyes on. They turned into something, it was like the Thing, man. It was like this morph into some other thing. They hung with an absolutely punk crowd. But the violent side of it was not... The whole reason things were changing was because they were trying to pull away from the violence.
Right.
And when the minute they did that, the minute music started changing, the genre started to change. And it literally went as extreme as them turning into, the Go-Go's turning into what they were. And it happened with lots of bands. And when it happened, the bands, Metallica appeals to just as hardcore a punk rock group as they do a metal or a hard rock group.
Right.
They're quite literally appealing to all three of those genres.
Broad range. Yep.
Yeah. And so when bands morph, all you have to do to change a punk band into something is to make the vocals audible, change the guitar tone, step up the swing of the song a little bit, and you're no
basically
longer a punk.
just make it good, is what you're saying.
Well, I didn't say it, John, but that's your beauty, brother. Absolutely, I agree 100%. And so, and I'm not. My girlfriend was a punk. She was the hottest punk you've ever seen. But she ran with a hardcore punk crowd that I really didn't identify with.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I was a rocker kid. I was into, Rainbow. I was into Dio. I was into Deep Purple big time. Bands like Rory Gallagher and Martha Hoople, and all that stuff out of the 70s. That's what I grew up on. I never really got into Sid Vicious. I never really embraced the violent part of punk.
So,
Violence and no talent.
I dug the vibe, though.
Yeah, kind of a related question to that then. Who would you say, I asked you earlier, who was the chillest, the coolest probably that you've met? Who would you say that you've met that whenever they're coming around, you're like, here comes trouble. I don't want to have anything
Kevin
to do with it.
names in a bad way.
Dubrow. I say the story every time. There was a couple of people that I came across, but the only one that I can ever really just immediately remember and say, yeah, not only did he look for trouble, he created it. Nikki put it the best. I didn't know who Kevin Dubrow was. I had no idea. But I heard the name Dubrow was going to be on the bill. They were going to actually open for Motley Crue on a Motley Crue weekend. And so I'm like, okay. And so Tommy at that time said, we're talking, and he says to me, he says, man, Kevin's band is playing here, man. He said a couple of derogatory things about him because they weren't Quiet Riot, and Randy was gone, and that's like backstage animosity going on right there, that whole thing going on.
Yep.
And then Nicky walks up and he goes, Chuck, I don't know if you know this or not, but drama follows that guy everywhere he goes. And he's a problem. That's right. Quote Nicky, he's a problem. Oh, I said, well, okay. I gave them, I said something back to them, some reassuring, well, he's not going to mess with you guys, not going to mess with me. And he didn't mess with me, but he immediately started talking trash about Motley Crue, ironically. And and kind of what his thing was, and guys, he was incredibly talented. For all the garbage I'm going to talk about that guy, he had some of the most gnarly chops in Hollywood, literally. But that being said, he started creating dissension and talking about the boys because they had been up for a couple of days and they were real rough. This was a real important show for them. And I don't want to say they dropped the ball, but they almost did, just by partying and being up and being rock stars, because they were very popular at this moment in Hollywood. They were LA rock stars, bona fide. Yeah. The world hadn't seen them yet.
Motley Crue you're talking about.
Yeah. And the show, the way that it came off, the great difference between, and he hadn't become Quiet Riot yet. It was still another, I believe, 6 months until that actually started to break, and he got Rudy and Carlos.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you were basically there at the creation of that riff. I mean, that was always a big riff.
No,
Quiet Riot,
dude.
True riff.
Oh, I almost left out a really great story for some of you guys. So before Dubrow opened for Motley Crue, like 1 month before, maybe even 3 weeks, there was a rock night, and Snow, Snow was the house band for the Whisky A Go-Go until Motley Crue hit the scene. Okay? Snow opened for Van Halen in '78 at the Whisky. Wow. That's the band that opened for their big debut at the Whisky A Go-Go that we always talk about.
Wow.
And they had a guitar player named Carlos Cavazo who had a riff for an opening song that just so happens to have turned out to be Metal Health. The opening riff was their opening song, and it was sort of a little shining moment for Carlos at the beginning of the show. I got to see it a dozen times.
Awesome.
But this night, I'm standing at the backstage door. I see Kevin with a guy. Kevin's walking with this dude I'd never seen before, and this guy was a suit. You could always pick him out. The executives, record execs, the PR people for the, whether it be the movies or for the music industry, they always kind of had a certain vibe.
Yeah.
And they were always very well dressed. They wore $300 shoes. Okay? And so they come walking up. He goes, "Hey, Chuck, can I get back?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, guys. I mean, it's Kevin Dubrow. He's cool as shit. You got to treat him well, guys. You sort of heard his voice. For all the shit I'm going to talk about this guy, mouth like an alligator, guys. Didn't need a microphone. Didn't even need one. Wow. Yeah, incredible. But he waltzed. Snow finished their show, and so they come walking up, and they'd been up in the dressing room maybe 5 minutes, so it was between bands, little hustle-bustle going on. And they walked up into that dressing room, and they were in there for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And then Kevin, the record guy, and Carlos came out of that room and went down the hallway to the far end, and they went back into the very back hallway that opens out onto the fire escape on the 3rd floor. And they were up there for about 3 or 4 minutes. Not very long. But they came back down that hallway just hugging, not kissing, but might as well have been. They were just, you want to talk about shit-eating grins, and life was grand. That's the minute Carlos joined fucking Quiet Riot.
Wow.
All right? And then the next fucking hour was implosion and shit hitting the walls and people screaming and yelling, and that's the last show Snow ever played.
Oh, wow.
It was bittersweet. It was crazy. I mean, crazy. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize what was happening at the time. It kind of unfolded, It's kind of weird.
Look back at it.
Yeah.
So great situation on one side and not so great on the other.
Well, good for some and not so good for others, right? I mean, every time a door opens, another door closes.
Well, real-time observation on this. Real-time observation. Carlos made the right decision, the best decision of his life. Snow was going nowhere. Ironically, within a couple of months of that, I was sitting with Vince and Tommy, and they were talking about Snow.
Right.
Quick
Snow
pause.
was never going to go anywhere,
Mr. BHB Jr., Bruce.
Brother Bruce.
Thank you,
Mr.
sir, for
Bruce.
that support. It says,
You rock,
Charles
Bruce.
tells the best stories ever. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate you.
So they were never going to go anywhere. That's really what Tommy and Vince were saying. And I was just listening to them talk. You know, I didn't really have any musical opinion. They were the rockers, you know. So I did a lot of observing and watching and listening and helping. I would help, you know.
So one more question before we go into a little jam session here. I know the chat's getting probably where they want to hear some rocking out.
Some riffage.
Yeah. Is there anyone, you know, we asked you the one who was the coolest, who was the worst. Is there any one particular artist that you met that you wish, you know what, I wish I hadn't met them? You know, kind of ruined your outlook of them? Or I guess at the time you didn't really have too much to go on because they weren't famous yet.
Right.
No, I got to tell you, I made it an effort to get along, even with Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, he was very arrogant.
Answer, but, yeah.
You know, but I made an effort to get along. So
and their traction, once they started getting played on that radio,
Okay,
they got
okay,
a lot of airtime.
okay.
That must have just went to his head and turned him into a super ego asshole.
I just remembered something. I got to retract what I said. There was a band called Sparks. They were real big for a minute in the early 80s. Real big. They were especially a big deal. Around the time like Oingo Boingo and bands like that were going, it was like Gary Myrick and the Figures. I got a knock at the back door one time, and just maybe within an hour prior to that knock on, and it's just the beginning of a night, beginning of like a Friday night. And Red, the manager, he came up and he goes, look, Charlie, he says, we've decided that we don't want anybody going through the back door anymore. Everyone who comes here, it's okay for them to, you know, at this point it was okay to come through the back door, but they had to go to the front box office first and get like a stamp, or I think it was a stamp at that time, on their left wrist or left back of their hand, and then they could come to the back door and come to the club. Right. I think that's exactly what it was at that moment. Right. And it changed because Red was kind of a dick. He was not the greatest manager. We fought constantly. And the band Sparks showed up for their show, a sold-out weekend at the Whisky. And I told them they couldn't come in. They had to go to the box office and get their hands stamped. What? You see the look on my face right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to tell them that. And they looked at me like,
do you know who
what?
I am?
I said, what?
Yeah.
And there are two brothers in Sparks, the lead singer, and then there's a keyboard player. Keyboard player's name is Randy. I'll never forget Randy.
What's up, Dwight?
Randy grabbed me just like that, and he threw his fist back, and he goes, man, I'll punch you in the nose. And I laughed at him. Just laughed. I said, dude, that's the last thing you'll ever fucking do, man. And I said, I'm sorry. You gotta go up to the... And they didn't let this shit go.
Wow.
They threatened to not do the show. Quite literally, we're walking. And they're yelling this to me. Yeah. And guys, you gotta talk to somebody else.
Because they probably think it's coming from you and not from the venue.
Well, I mean, come on. If you're the talent, that's kind of a bit of a hassle to walk all the way to the front with all the people in the crowds. Trying to get your... Yeah. Can't you just have a stamp at the back and you're like, oh, I know who you are, stamp.
I felt for him. Red Keller was trying to take control of the club. He was... that's how he ruled, by control. And he made all kinds of bad decisions.
Little bit of a,
that's just the way it was.
A little bit of a tradition here. Dwight.
The Hitman.
The Hitman is in the house.
Dwight, I love you, Dwight. You rock, my man.
Well, speaking of rocking, let's rock something out. You want me to go first, or are you ready, Charles? You ready to rock?
No, I'll let you guys roll a little bit.
I'm gonna roll one here. Let's see. Let me get over here.
Roll on 8.
How about something like that?
Look at that bad
boy. Hopefully these levels are good. So let's see.
Let's do it, brother.
Rock it, man.
Woo.
broken by my master. Teach me, young child, another after. Into the flood again, same old trip it was right there. So I made a big mistake to try to see it was my way. Drifting body, soul searcher, flying naked, white ocean. Into the burning air, same old tune was right there. So I made a big mistake. Try to see it was my way. To the flood again, same old trip it was right there. So I made a big mistake, try to see it was my way. Am I wrong? Am I too far to get home? Have I got left you here alone? Am I wrong? Am I too far to get home? Yeah. Have I got left you here alone?
Awesome.
Chapman.
Man, I tell you what,
You can bump up a couple of dB there
bump
on
up a few dB.
on your guitar. Yeah. Still sounded great. But
So yeah, it sounded
Right
good,
on,
man.
right on.
Sounded
Well, I
awesome.
messed up the most important part, the solo, but it's all right. I don't care.
That sounded so good.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Oh man.
I was trying to rework some of the levels and so forth, so hopefully it sounded and mixed okay.
That sounded good.
Sounded excellent.
You know, actually, if you listen to the mix of that song, the guitar is back in the mix quite a bit. You know, it
well,
just
then you
kind
were
of
perfect.
it just kind of fills out the song, and then when you go into the lead, the wah kind of brings it up a bit. So I'm hoping that it was
At
good.
the
Wow,
end,
sounded
at
good.
the end, when you go to the D and then to the, that could have been a little more chunky. Okay.
It's all good. It's all
It
good.
is all good. It's great.
All right, man. Whoo, I'm pumped up now. I'm ready for some more.
Right
Who's
on.
got something? R2 obviously doesn't have a guitar in his hand, so he's not ready.
It's in reach. It's in reach.
So, Charles, you got any more stories? Are you ready to jam it out for us, man?
I've never played on YouTube before. I'm going to try a backing track. If that's okay with you guys, I'm going
Let's
to try
do it.
something
Absolutely.
new.
Yes,
Let's
brother.
do it. We're
See how
gonna do
that
this.
goes.
We're going to do this proper as well. We are going to we're going to give you the stage, and just let me know when you're
right.
ready. Just give me a thumbs
right.
up.
All right, let's see how this goes, guys.
Everybody,
Wish
Charles
we can
Greene
learn.
Right on.
in the
All right.
house.
All right,
All right, let's
Nice.
get you over there, and
all right.
we're going to give you an introduction. And without any further ado,
Hailing from parts
YouTube
unknown.
live guitar debut of Mr. Charles Greene. Take it away, Take it away, sir.
Oh, fuck. We're not worthy.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
let him get the thing set there.
I don't want to say that was hard, but that was so brutal for me.
Charles.
Oh, man. That's it. Hey, Charles, somebody said you're the fifth
wait.
member of the
Yeah.
crew. I'm out, dude. You replace me. I'm out.
Dude,
Yeah.
you guys
This is
are
like-
very sweet, but that is hard. I want to tell you guys out there in YouTube land, coming on here and do what these boys do. Damn,
Man, you
it'll make a
rocked
better
it.
person out of you. I swear it will.
You
rock.
rocked it, brother.
I can't believe I did it. I'm not real happy with what I did, to be honest with you guys. It wasn't. I
Are
mean,
you kidding me, dude?
Are you kidding?
there was one moment. I don't even drop my pick, and there was one moment the pick was like, I didn't even have the nerve to try to adjust it. I said, I'm just going with it. It was brutal, but you know what?
That
Thank
was
you. Thank you. I had a
was
wonderful time
brutal,
doing that.
man.
That was
Love
phenomenal.
that song. I
was
haven't heard
phenomenal.
that song in like 15, 20 years.
That's
man.
the
That
best
was-
thing I've heard on this channel in quite some time.
Oh, you guys are really nice, but you guys
We
are
can put
shit,
the White
man.
Snake on the shelf now.
I love some White Snake. I love White Snake, guys. I absolutely love it. I like 80s hair metal. That's really my thing.
Oh, man.
I
tell you
can't
what.
help it.
Everybody in the chat was like, "We're going to need a cigarette after this."
You guys are really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Man, that was
That's,
awesome. We got Stephen Franklin. Thank you, sir. It says, "What's Charles Greene using for guitars and amps? Nice playing. Way to rip it up, brother."
That is Bias
That
Effects.
is awesome.
Bias Effects. They've really stepped their game up. Once I actually learn how to use this stuff, I'm sure my tone will get better. It's got to, because I'm working with what Mitch
Not a lot
Heyman,
of
I got to
room
give
to
him a
grow
shout
there.
out.
We got to give Mitch a shout out, man.
Mitch.
Mitch Heyman is just a godsend to this community. I can't put it in any other words. He is my tech support, just
Absolutely,
tech
man.
support.
Mitch is awesome, man.
I
I told
absolutely
everybody.
love him.
Man, you're
Mitch is
getting all
great.
kinds of praise here in the chat.
Well,
Effing awesome.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Charles killed it.
Vivian Campbell in the house.
I like this comment, Jeff T. If Charles's neck wasn't roasted before, it is now.
Nice.
Kurt says that was great,
That's
Charles.
freaking original too. That's pretty
Amazing.
good, bro.
Slayed it. Nice work.
Wow, man.
Cece said, "Dude, where's my car? I mean, my guitar." Brutal.
Brutal, man.
Awesome stuff from Han Solo 36 there. Let's see. Guitar Man Bo says, "Charles, you were like Campbell replacement just in case he couldn't make it."
My goodness, man.
And he got 3/4 chub just watching Charles' facial expressions.
I mean, you hit the pick harmonics in a perfect way too. That was awesome.
yeah, that was sweet, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we got-
Oh, man.
Mr. BHB Jr., Charles, you are
Hold
badass,
on, man.
brother.
Hold on a second.
Stop the press.
Watch out, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
You'll
Oh,
see it.
you're going to see
You'll
it come
see it.
up here soon, man.
Okay.
Thank you, Brother Bruce.
Betty. Let's
CC
see.
in the
Rambler
house.
says he put a brick in my wall.
CC in the
Whoa!
Woo! Look at that, Charles.
CC.
Look at that, Charles.
Oh, that deserves a double.
You
Double
guys,
shot.
I do not blush, but you guys are making me freaking blush, guys. And I don't even blush.
CC
Oh,
is calling for an encore, man.
Man.
And
Right?
I agree with him. As
Yeah,
soon as you
I'd take that.
catch your breath, man, let's get an encore of that stuff, man. That was
You fix all those things you
phenomenal.
thought you did wrong, because I didn't hear anything bad.
I didn't hear it. Yeah, that was.
Oh no, it was horrible.
That was
Great,
get outta
great,
here.
great
Get
feel,
get the-
Charles.
You can call that a
feel was-
mulligan, and you can.
The feel was there, man. It was really nice.
Man, it was awesome. I'm
Yeah,
telling
nice,
you.
nice swing to it, man. Killer.
You got,
Do me a favor, come back to me in a little bit. Let me just
all
chill
right.
for a minute.
All right.
Yep.
And I love you guys. Mitch,
Man, you rock, bro.
Mitch, I couldn't have done this without you, brother. Mitch
Saying,
Heyman, you guys.
Thank
Mitch
you.
was crossing his fingers, he said in the chat, but hey,
He was crossing more than that, man, evidently. I'll tell you what.
Oh man,
Tell you what, man, that was a miracle.
you
Anyway,
left a lot of people speechless. Frank Corin just says, "Dude,
Charles, there's 62,000 people watching that, man.
is that all? You guys need to step your game up. Jeez.
We need a bigger venue.
Bruce says it might deserve a triple." Let's see. Dr. Fabric, Charles 75N. Welcome in, man. He says, would be commenting on how great Charles is playing, but a fella is wet sanding on his guitar.
And see,
Awesome.
that's what I love about
Simply
Charles
awesome.
right there. Right
He's
there.
probably
You
working
rock,
on your
Charles.
guitar right
He
now.
is.
Right?
He is. He
He
is.
is.
He's got,
Yeah.
he's got
And
clear
it's-
coat on it. He throws me
looking
a
good.
little bit of knowledge
Nice.
the other day. He sent a text. Oh, no, it was in a show. He mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I started clear coat.
Yeah, he's stepping it up
Nice.
now.
And I didn't even see it when he put it in there. I was watching the replay and I saw it and I was like, "Oh, cool! Charles is starting clear
Well,
coat."
he heard you playing, man. He was rocking out on it. I'm sure.
I bet you he was.
Thank you.
I bet you Fruitcake Tony was jamming while he was doing the burgers. And
Tony's
all
my
that.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Tony's my bro.
Andy Carson
Absolutely.
says, heck with Loverboy. Let Charles open up for Sammy.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Andy, I don't know, bro.
Stephen Franklin is saying, what guitar did you use, Charles? Can you tell us a
Oh.
little bit about that one?
That's the
Yeah,
Bumblebee
that's,
Wolf.
Who?
So this
Wolf.
is
Let's get you solo
this is
here.
from
I was going
Lock
to do that.
Custom Guitars, the body and the neck. Johnny Ward helped on this neck. He helped spec it the neck. But this neck and body are actually all the fretwork and everything's finished by Chris. It's a PV. It's a copy of a PV
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang original and special. I think is the actual body shape and neck.
Yep.
But it's got FU tone upgrades. That is not a titanium trim stop, Randy, but it works really well. And the paint job that I had done on this was Neil Daly. He's absolutely see the spiders, guys.
Yeah, the
And the
spiders. I
Black
remember
Widows.
that.
There's
What are
there's
the
Black Widows.
pickups?
These are FU tone humbuckers.
Okay.
Standard FU tone humbuckers. I
sounded
wanted to
great,
know.
man. It
Look,
sounded
I've never
great.
bought anything from Adam that wasn't absolute, perfectly
Top
good
notch.
stuff. I mean, his shit is
Yeah.
all good. And I was just
Look at all my
morbid
titanium
curiosity. I'm very happy with them. I don't know enough to really say this pickup's this or this pickup's that. I dial in a tone I like. If I like the tone, I like the pickup. Ironically, these don't do metal that well.
No,
They don't get
Adam's
them-
all
they don't-
about the hairband. The hairband era, the rock. and metal.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's
they do
perfect
exactly. What are they like? They're like DiMarzio Super Distortions. However, they're slightly tamer.
Yeah.
Slightly tamer, not quite as hot. But anyway, yeah. So it's got an FU tone, FU2 Floyd with a detuna,
Nice.
and it's just locking tuners and a nice nut. And it's just a great, well-playing guitar. I assembled it myself. Stumbling through all the guitars and stuff I've worked on over the last few years trying to learn to do this stuff, I did the setup and everything myself. I'm comfortable with Floyd
great,
Roses. Very comfortable with the Floyd.
Yep.
Whether it's full floating or fixed, but I prefer a fixed Floyd.
I surrender.
I'm heavy. Oh no! I'm heavy with the hand, and I always throw it sharp.
Yeah.
I constantly do it, and damn it, I just refuse to change the way I play
That's right.
to accommodate a darn Floyd. So I like a fixed trim now, and I just
I do as well. All of
You know,
mine,
Fine, man.
all of
Nothing
mine are
wrong with
decked.
that.
Yeah, none of mine float, so I'm with you there.
yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm playing right now.
Right on, man. Right on. I'm still blown away by that.
great.
Guys, I
was
I
great.
hate to say it, but I really didn't bring it like I wanted to. You anticipate what you
man.
want to do, and like at
Take
2 o'clock
two?
today, I was mental, right on, man. I was right on spot, and then as nerves started kicking in,
You blew us all
I
out
give you
of the
guys
water,
credit.
man.
The fact that you guys do this every week religiously, it's almost like a cult. Just kidding.
I'll drink to that.
Well, Charles, you're going to be a busy man because you're now a regular on this show every Sunday.
Guys, I love
Sorry,
you.
Tony.
I love you, but my family loves me too. So I don't know,
Okay, every 2 weeks, maybe once a month.
But I will not be a stranger, and you know that, guys.
Right on.
Always welcome, brother.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool to hear your tone evolve too, as you say you're going to get more familiar with the rhythm.
Well, it's when I hear the playback and I'm watching this after the fact is where I'm going to actually get it. Within 5 minutes, I'll be like, okay, here's what
I
has
think
to
you'll
happen.
be pleasantly surprised, man, because it's
I
gonna
hope.
kill.
That was
I
cooking.
hope. I hope.
Well,
yeah.
Well, Q's here now, and he gave up on the bias effects, so he needs to listen to what you just did, Charles, because
Yep.
that sounds much
Oh, no,
better
no.
than the MP4
No,
9
Quentin,
1287
you
Mark II.
Quentin, by the way, Quentin, I love you, bro. It's good to see you. There are certain benchmarks that have to be met
See you,
to
Ellen.
stream correctly. There's just certain things that have to be. You got to have a computer that has the right amount of this and the right amount of that.
Right.
You have to. You know, the whole thing for the last year, setting up Focusrite, getting a, you know, bias effects installed. I did that all myself. I
Drivers
installed
and all
Reaper,
that
which
shit.
was installing Reaper is the easiest thing in the world to do, but then using it with not knowing anything is like
Figuring it out. That's another story.
How many days have I had off and actually sat at this computer and just watched video after video after video and tried to do it? And then,
Did your homework, man.
I learned
The
a
one good
little
thing
bit.
about the Reaper, though, is there's so much information available, right?
It is, and it's really good too, you know. But I ran into brick walls constantly, and the funny thing about it is when
We'll be right
Mitch
back, boys.
finally and Charles made a valiant effort for me. Charles 75 in, he spent hours with me on this thing trying to get it to work. We had everything seemingly correct, no freaking tone, and so once Mitch got in and was able to get things dialed in, I very quickly found out that my computer, the thing that I thought the least problem would be, but I had the computer. It's new. It's brand new.
Right.
It's a new computer.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Didn't have enough oomph,
Jam. Yeah.
you know. And so anyway, I'm rambling because I want Quentin to get on and I want him to be able to do this. So anything I can do to help him, I'm going to. Period. Yeah.
Wait for R2.
Damn it.
I sent
You've
him a
been
road
waiting a long time.
Focusrite. Now he wants me to send me the Roadcaster.
Right. Right above there, Randy Price says, "Sorry I'm late. I did get to catch the last couple minutes of Charles laying it down. You're a
Oh,
monster."
Randy, I love
Fingers
you.
crossed we'll get a replay.
Well, I mean, CC.
But no pressure, Charles. If you don't want it, you don't.
Wow.
I'll be honest with
CC,
you
man.
guys.
Thank you, CC.
I'm more comfortable than I was when I came on, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is nerve shattering for me.
What's it
No,
going to take?
CC
A shot of bourbon?
CC
Oh no!
made
See,
it-
that's not an answer for me. That'll just mess me up. I just won't give a shit then. And then you guys, how good is
Sometimes
that?
just one or two shots and you get in the zone.
Ryan, you gotta
CC
highlight.
has laid it down for the encore there, though.
I mean, I suppose I could try that again if you guys want me.
You gotta highlight
We
fruitcake
do-
Tony's.
Should you do a poll? This would be the most.
There you go,
It should be
Charlie.
100% poll.
Ryan, give me R2 for a couple shows, and you can get Charles. Just kidding.
That's a fair trade.
That's a very fair trade, man.
I think we would be
Actually, we
making all
win on
here.
that one.
I'm done. I resign, man. I'm out.
But don't change the name.
Ryan just
I'll
kicked
be
me in the
you.
balls before the show started, so I'm like,
I'll
good.
jump on the grenade. I'll go hang out. You can stay here, R2. Yeah, it's fine.
R2, we won't change our names. I'll just be you and you be me, and we'll see who catches it.
Right?
We'll see who figures it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, let's do a poll. Let me get over here. Let's see, show chat. This will be like the. I mean, there's no point in doing this, but we'll do it. Start a poll. Let's see. Should Charles do an encore?
Oh,
This should be 100%.
It should be.
If there's anybody that votes against
Oh, yeah.
this,
I mean,
they
who
gotta
would
be-
Anybody
say
that votes
no?
no, you're gonna
And
get
I have a
banned from the
bouncer
show.
here who will show you the door.
You need a stamp before you get in the back door.
That's right.
I seriously don't want to play anything now because you just
Right?
blew us all away.
oh no!
Charles.
Come on, you guys, please. Somebody just play some guitar. Play something. Break up the
I'm
monotony.
already dismantling my rig. Just like, that's it. We're breaking down the stuff.
There's already a
guys
couple
all
people
take
we
it
got to
apart.
go out of here.
Oh, dude, that's not fair, brother. That is
Let's
not
see.
fair.
I'm down half a step, so I can do some more Alice in Chains.
Do
or
something,
I guess.
please, please,
Yeah,
please.
let's see. Let me find
I'm going to try
something.
it this way. Can we try to do this? And then we're going to drag him over here. Him over here. Come on. Damn it. Actually, one of my favorite things about moving is going to be using the new computer for all this shit and retiring this old thing. I think she's dying out.
What do you prefer? Ain't Like That, Alice in Chains, or Check My Brain, Alice in Chains?
Check my brain,
Charles?
please.
Check your brain. Should I switch to the Les Paul or go with this one?
Spell, please.
You're just making it easy on me, right? Let's see. All right,
I am the associate producer. just
Yeah,
saying.
give me just a second. Let me swap them over.
All right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Let's go back to this for a minute and see where people lay out. Okay, so it's the number 2 position that gets the priority in the bench cam. That was pretty quick, Ryan. I gotta say. That was a quick fucking...
It's not plugged in yet.
Oh man, look at this Les Paul.
Right? That lemon burst is just...
Have you not seen this one?
Claudia.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's always nice to see it again. Look at this thing, man. Look at the book match. Look at the book matching on that cow.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
my goodness.
She's a beaut. She sounds pretty
You know,
good too.
I've only seen a couple of people in our community with a Les Paul that nice, and one of them is Dwight Bailey.
Yeah.
He's actually got a couple that are that nice, but that's a beautiful axe right there.
Thank you.
Wow.
It was a lot of searching.
Wow.
Yeah, took a long time.
A lot of
Been
guitars
long
I've
time.
played before settling on this one.
Been a long, lonely, 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 lonely time.
All right, let's see. Still drop D. Hang on. Or drop C sharp. All right.
Wow. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, man.
That's so cool. So cool.
So yeah, now I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, that was terrible, man. All this
No,
fucking
it
mess
wasn't.
and
It wasn't.
That was
all
cool,
the
bro.
levels were off, and yeah. Well, thank you. Well, at least I blew a breaker for
Plenty of
Cece.
smiles. Plenty of smiles. Yeah. Cece is like, I got it all cranked up. Neighbors are going to be pissed off. And then, oh, damn it.
Blew a breaker. Right on. Well, you got any more cool stories for us?
It's funny. The other day, I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm trying to think. Monique, you guys know Monique in the chat?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if it's on this show, but over with my buddies Ed and
Right.
Brendan
It's
and Tony.
Ed's niece.
She went and saw Lita Ford just the other day. It's funny. She posted on her Facebook talking about Lita Ford, and it's funny because I remember seeing her post, and there's a can of Final Net hairspray on there, and she was saying she's getting her 80s on, right? I'm laughing. And when I saw that, I had a flashback of a time when she was at the Whisky A Go-Go in Motley Crue's dressing room shooting Nicky up because they were dating for a while. Right. And she was shooting him up with Final Net on his hair, getting it up, and she was teasing. And I remember that so vividly. Yeah, it's crazy. I used to make an effort, and you're not supposed to, but I made an effort to be places maybe that I wasn't supposed to be, like in dressing rooms and things like that. You hear the story of Eddie and Van Halen. The band literally used to kick bouncers out of their dressing rooms, waitresses who wanted to hang out. Yeah. Anybody who just wanted to, they would do that. They were known for that shit. Well, I was known for getting into dressing rooms when there was somebody I was totally in awe when I met Ozzy. Ozzy came into that club and I was like, man, and I went bananas. I did. I lost it. I was fanboyed, It's a real thing. Fanboying is a real thing. I mean, you get stupid. And I did that a few times, but I got to give myself some credit. There were many times I could have and I didn't. And after a while, I got good at not doing it. But it took me 6 months. Because the shock factor is something, you don't. It's funny. You were talking about somebody who's nice in the club, somebody I remember graciously, and I mentioned Al Stewart and Peter Frampton. They're class acts in rock, period. But I didn't mention Robin too much. Robin Crosby was my best friend. Quite literally, and it's hard for me to talk about it. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
But I made a friendship with him that was extra special.
Timeless.
It was. It transcended like the crew, and I was real good friends with Tommy and Vince. We were very close, but not like Robin. Not like him at all. Yeah, I didn't realize at the time what I was in the middle of. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It was just normal every day for you.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, I miss him. It's really weird the way he went down. It really is. It shouldn't have happened.
Indeed.
We should be hearing about them getting back together and touring the band. That's really where we should be with Rat right now. And it's a shame. Lost a lot of friends out there, guys. Absolutely.
Well, maybe R2 will play us a tune and cheer us up.
He looks ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's set to go.
Okay, let's go back and try. I like this one better. Here, we're going to do this.
What's up, brother Bozique? Bozique's in the
We're going
house.
to put the headphone thing back on because everybody put your headphones on for us now. There we go.
Randy says his tech Willie built Robin Crosby's White King V with a hole in the body.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice.
CC has the sound bars are booted and the big screen is on, so it's all you.
All right, he's queued up. Just in time. Sorta. A little bit early. Thanks so much for being here, Charles, man. Really been a hoot hanging out
It's
with
been
you today.
fun.
Oh, it's my pleasure, you guys.
Love
I
you,
love you
brother.
guys. I love you guys.
Come on when he's burning with a fever. Spread your house when he's lonely in the night. I wanna go crazy with the thoughts of retribution.
sounds good, R2, man.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely kick ass.
Rocking
damn.
it, R2. Man.
Every time you play that, I go back to the concert, man. Standing on the floor, just David Coverdale.
That was awesome.
All right.
You know, I've heard you do that now 3 times, and you literally improve
Get
every
better
time.
every
It gets a
time.
little better. The little something, little thing. It's
Yeah.
A little something.
that's a
extra.
lot of guitar right there, dude.
Man. Woo.
Wow.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
The,
brothers.
Charles, the poll is complete. 97% say yes, 2% says no. I'm going to find out who voted no. And
Hey,
ban
I
them
love
from the
you,
channel.
2 percentile, man. That 2 percentile is rocking it.
2%ers,
The exception
baby.
that proves the
We
rule.
will find you.
I'll play that song again, but I promise to be more prepared in the future to do other things.
Dude,
Dude,
man.
we couldn't tell
Smoking.
what you messed up there. That was something
Dude.
Not
phenomenal.
at all.
Dude, it's
That
all
was
good, but
A trip down memory
you guys
lane.
inspire me, man. It's all good.
Goosebumps, man. It was ridiculous.
We gotta
That's
get,
what I'm talking about, Charles. Even though, I mean, this is live, and when you're put on the spot, you got to do it. And that's what makes it real, man. Everyone gets to
Yeah.
see our YouTube channels. I got videos that you record and redo again.
Take 14.
Yeah, right. And you can do it like 50,000 times, and it sounds perfect. But these guys made me, do it on the spot, and it makes it real. And I replay it, and I go, oh my gosh, man, you're so hard on yourself. But you know what? If it makes you and everyone in the chat want to come on and jam and play, I love it, man. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
I said it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Bruce has figured out who the 2% was. He says the 2% was Charles Greene.
I do get a vote. I get a vote, right?
It didn't count for much, did
Can't
it?
get a fella to throw himself out of the party, though.
Yeah, you can't bounce yourself out of here, man.
You guys are too
Well, I
nice.
think the thing is, guys, is there's a million other guitar players on YouTube that can wipe the floor with all of us
Yeah,
collectively.
Absolutely.
This is nothing
time.
about that. This is about
This
us
is all
just having
Smiles
fun.
and the fun and the hanging out, the brotherhood.
Every
Yes.
one of us on the panel right now is smiling, and I can
Yeah.
guarantee you most everybody in the chat is smiling too.
And you know what? What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to train wreck something, and then you know what?
Oh.
We're going to fucking laugh about it and have a good time.
I'll tell you what, I'm almost expecting it at this point, but that's all right.
No.
I'll try to do my best. It's all good.
we got to get John in the mix here too. Oh, Boner Jam.
It did open.
Boner, you awesome, bro.
Chuck Verde making all the men in attendance uncomfortable in the crotchal with such majestic music. God bless.
Every time
He
I
has
see
a way with words, doesn't he,
He
guys?
does, man. He,
Yeah,
really
it's
does.
always
Yeah.
poetic.
he certainly gets the point across too.
every time
He's
bonus,
the
I
romantic
get
of the
nervous.
bunch of us, right?
Appreciate you, Boner. Frank
All
C
right.
says the crew is very inspiring. Thank you, man. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
We appreciate you.
Brother Frank.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go and pull this up, guys. I'll give it a shot.
All right, let's do
Alrighty?
it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wait,
Mr.
we got to make
Charles
him go
Greene.
here to here.
Charles Verde.
Oh, God.
You can do it, brother.
And we
Love
might,
you,
we might
brother.
as
Love
well
you,
go ahead
brother.
and give you the smooth
Love
smoke.
everything you do.
Ooh, fire.
Yeah, man.
Get that stuff over.
There he's back with us. Once again,
I hit a brick
Tell us that
wall.
was better, but I'm sure it was.
Hit a brick wall.
none of us
Anyway,
know
no
where it was.
bro.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Once you do this a few times, you get a little more comfortable. Ironically, I screwed up and I was more comfortable than I was the first time. It makes no sense. I don't.
So now the third
great,
time you
bro.
do it before you leave tonight, you're going to be perfect.
Oh, you're brutal, man. You're freaking brutal, man.
No, this has been fun, man. I truly appreciate you coming on and playing, man. This has just been phenomenal. This is
I'm
great.
the one who's having fun too, guys. This has been really great.
That-
Even with all the glitches and shit, I'm having such a great time with you guys, and that's really what it's all about.
And it looks like you're having, that's a workout playing that song. That's a lot of stuff moving around and
Pedaling.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do it once you do it a lot. If you do it
Everything's
over and
easy
over
once
again,
you know
it becomes
how.
easy.
Yeah, you got that little that gallop down. I feel like I was riding a horse somewhere. Sounded great,
awesome, man.
Sounded
Yeah, it was
awesome.
awesome, man.
Thanks, guys.
Jeff T says Charles is just killing it today. I agree.
Oh, Jeff, you rock, dude. You guys all rock.
Absolutely,
You guys are
killer,
real nice.
Charles.
Very nice.
Guitar Man 45 Bo says soon a mediocre dude like me will come jam with you guys. My studio completely disassembled. Hopefully put back together soon. Good job, Charles.
I would love to see that, Bo. That would be awesome, buddy. It really would.
Let's see. Mr. Adam Roach is here. Welcome in. Good to see you. He says, which guitar are you playing, Charles? He missed that a few minutes ago.
Let's go with
Cushman as well is asking.
Bumblewolf.
Got the old Bumblewolf. Right on.
Missed it.
Good to see you, Adam. You rock, Adam.
So, John, what you got, man? You opened up for us, but you're due for one.
I got nothing to follow that.
You got nothing?
Oh, come on, John. You got it, brother.
Some mellow ass bullshit, but that's about it.
Give us
you,
something,
you,
man.
you do
Give
one,
us something.
Ryan.
You want me to do one? Let's see. I'm still worried about my levels here, but we'll see what happens. I can adjust on the fly, I guess, if I need. Let's get over here.
Nope, see, that's not good.
Oh, man.
He was ready.
Here we go.
This, hang on,
Watch
hang
out,
on.
everybody.
Wait for it. There we go.
Let's see. Let me find. Okay, I think that's where we need to be. All right. Let's do the Joe Satriani riff one.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, man.
It's just too damn cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Woo, man. Oh,
On fuego.
What? No applause? No applause? John.
Let's
what's
do
up?
it, bud.
Gotta give them to myself? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Love that song.
I did not plan on playing that because I hadn't practiced the solo part very much, but I was
That
like,
was cool,
screw it.
dude. Yeah,
Do it.
man.
Charles is on. Charles is doing it. I'm gonna do it. You've inspired me, man.
Oh, jeez, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are just awesome. I'm having the best time. Best time.
Let's see. Mr. BHB Jr. says everyone is on fire tonight. You're like a
Brother
machine.
Bruce, man. Brother
About a
man.
machine. Maybe Satriani will watch this and take some notes.
I believe Ferd mentioned that in the chat earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
did
had
he?
some. Yeah, we had some individuals in the
Oh,
chat.
there he is, right there. Hey, Satch, take notes, dude.
There it is.
Right on.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
see what else is going on in here. Dennis Ellis says, "Bang." Good to see you, Dennis.
Right on.
Yeah,
Brother.
it says incredible as always. Ryan, hope Satch watches this. There we go. Right on. Jeff T.
Edvis.
Herb of Fireside Studio says, "Yeah, after tonight's jam, I'm never coming back on the show."
Come on, brother.
Come on, Herb. Let's see.
Please come back.
Mel Johnson,
more the
welcome
merrier.
in. Says you guys are cooking tonight. Right on. Right on. CC, everyone is in shock. Cushman says, great playing. Right on. Right on.
Right on, brother.
Hot show tonight, boys. Thank you so much. Right on, Frank. Right
Thank
on.
you, Frank.
So anybody that's new to the channel, appreciate you joining. We would encourage you to hit a thumbs up and give us a sub. Tell some friends, share the channel, and help us grow. So we appreciate it very, very much.
Absolutely.
Frank says it's a great show tonight. Thanks to everyone here. You're welcome, man. Thanks for being here. Dan Gorman says awesome as usual. Thank you, sir. Lawnmower Tapes is just jumping in. Welcome in. Says need to rewatch this late
man.
here. And you've missed
it's
a
worth
burner
going back.
tonight. You've missed
You
a
must,
burner.
you must rewatch this.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to rewatch this.
So it says, enjoy your 3 or 4 day work week, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday,
yeah,
and we usually do Trans Trim Thursday.
You know about that.
And we got 2 Canadians on here, so they're not celebrating Thanksgiving. So
We
you
already did.
boys good for jumping on for a little bit for a Thanksgiving show?
Oh, yeah.
Or 2?
Yeah.
I'll, yeah, if I'm not full enough. Yeah.
Well, we don't have to do a couple hours. We can just jump on and jam a little bit, and
Good
But,
thing is I don't have to work, so it's a beautiful thing.
Right on, right on. So let's see. Jeff says you guys could do your own best of album. I don't know about all that.
Some of
show
us
tonight.
Canadians
Thank you.
actually celebrate both because we can. You know, I
That's
celebrate July 1st for Canada Day and July 4th
Right.
for it makes for a week.
Right.
You know, you have a
Nice.
Thanksgiving
Nice.
in October, you have a Thanksgiving in November. It's great.
Nice.
Sweet.
Rob says, think you guys found the 5th member of the crew. Charles, you know I'm going to be bugging you all over Insta, and we're going to be, come on, man, come on. Get you back on here.
That was awesome, Charles.
I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys.
Trans Trim Turkey.
Transparent turkey.
That's what we'll be doing. Yep. Right on.
Fella even do such a thing.
Well, I
Would that
think
be
that
deep
I'm all riffed out. What about John? You got anything left in you?
I could do something mellow, but it just kind of seems anticlimactic after all
No,
this
man. It's all
shenanigans.
good.
Will you
It's
take
all
on a
good.
show?
Play, John.
Give
Please.
us to it, brother.
Give us a little something.
Yes.
You working on it, Trev?
Excellent.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excellent.
That was awesome, man.
You rock, John.
See,
Damn, dude.
Charles, these are the kind of comments right here. This show is inspirational, making me love life. That's what we're all about, man. All about the smiles and blue
Thank you,
marks.
Blue Mox.
Cool.
Thanks for joining
Very
us.
cool, man.
It's awesome.
Very
Awesome.
cool. Papa Blue, I think it was Papa, asked me about the room. No, I've just different view. This is the new computer, so this is the direction. I got to put art on the wall now. So now it's a work in progress, bro. I didn't tear
Looks
any
good,
walls
brother.
down.
I dig it.
Didn't tear
Looks
any
like
walls
mine
down.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blank.
yeah.
So pretty soon
Anyway.
on Fruitcake Tony's show, which his link is down in the description, if you're unfamiliar with his show. Charles is a regular on that show, so you'll see him over there. Pretty soon you'll see all the Rat posters and the Motley Crue posters and all that behind him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They got to represent, you know.
Get it all decorated. Well,
I'm
man,
looking forward to the guitar that Charles 75N is putting together.
I'm
Just-
looking
I-
forward to
Oh, it's extra special.
I've had
It's
some-
extra special. It is quite literally the very best of this community. That's what that guitar represents.
Yeah, it is.
It-
It is.
It's really cool. I can't wait to show it off.
now this is going to be a Motley Crue themed guitar, I understand.
It is a
that
Motley
correct?
Crue theme, yes.
So-
Made of
Yes,
a
it
couple
is.
T-shirts, no less. So it's a different material.
Yep. Yeah.
Don't watch
Interesting,
again
right?
in the description. Charles 75N. You go to his
Yep.
channel, you watch him. There'll be a series coming out for Charles's guitar, but it's not going to happen until after Charles gets his guitar.
Right on. Right on. Now, Charles, once the guitar is finished and you have it in your hands, is that something that you still have contact with Motley Crue Camp? You could send them a picture of it. Go, look at here, dudes.
You know, I haven't spoke to those boys, and it's been since I actually spoke to Tommy. I did the math a couple of months ago. It's been 37 years since I spoke to him.
Wow.
And ironically, he's the one member I stayed in the most touch with. Him and Vince. But you know, I don't know what the future holds with Motley Crue. We'll see.
I went to the last show.
We
Did
will
you
see.
see him on the last round?
I
Charles?
sure did. Yeah, I did.
Good show, man.
It was
Jeff Leppard, Motley
excellent. It was
Crue, what do you
wonderful.
want?
It was
Bring me to
wonderful. It, you
1992
know,
again.
well, they've morphed into something other than what they were in the original
Mm-hmm.
days. I mean, quite literally. And I liked them better in the old days.
Right.
It was hard for them to actually outdo their original energy and their youth. They had youth behind them.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's
There's something to be said for hungry, starving, looking for places to live kind of musicians, right?
isn't it weird how that and music go hand in hand?
right?
You know?
Once you start making money, you get the radio play, start getting the checks, then it all kind of goes a little different, right?
Yep. Mr. Frank. Thank you, sir. Thank you for supporting the channel.
That's most awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's wrap
Thank
it
you,
up,
bro.
boys. Charles, thank you so much for joining
No,
us.
thank you for
It's a
inviting
blast.
me. Maybe next time I'll play guitar a little better. I'm sorry. But,
on.
guys, I'm
Well, my
shaking.
friend.
I am quite literally shaking, and I know
Charles,
I'm not making excuses. I'm shaking.
You cooked
But,
it tonight. You cooked it. You cooked
I
it tonight.
really
Man, was
appreciate
awesome.
it. I can't wait to do it again. Thank you for dragging me in here and making me come and do this.
All it
I
takes
love
is
you
one
guys.
time.
You guys rock.
As
You
nervous
guys
as you
rock.
were, the one time you do it, you're going to be addicted to it now. You're going to be hooked. You're going to be ready to come back. So we're all waiting for it.
Oh, you guys. I love you. I love you guys. Thank
Love
you.
you too,
I
brother.
love you too, man. All right, so just real quick before we wrap up, let me get over here, and I'm going to once again thank our channel members. Membership is available. The join button down underneath the video there. If you would like to help support what we do, keep us rocking and rolling.
We have to add Frank Corcoran
appreciate
on
it.
there.
We do have to add him on there.
There'll be
Have
some
to do that
updates.
after the show. Appreciate all of our channel members and all the support there. Back over here to the chat. And speaking of support, want to give a big shout out. Brass Regal, member for 1 month. Kurt,
Excellent,
5150,
Bryce.
member for 4 months. We got
Kurt, you rock.
Jimmy Biter helping us out with his $10.
Right on, brother.
Bruce with his 10.
Brother man.
Stephen Franklin, big shout out to you.
Brother.
Bruce again, and then CC with the big bucks. Big
Bang.
bucks.
You rock, dude. My goodness.
Appreciate it, CC.
Dollar, dollar.
And then Boner Jams, of course, and then Mr. Frank Corin. Awesome.
Right there,
We
guys.
appreciate everybody that's hanging out with us in the chat here. So we're going to wrap it on up.
Great
Charles,
show,
hang
guys.
around for just a bit. We'll
Great
catch up in
show.
the green room a little bit. And we appreciate everybody coming out. And we will see everybody. Transtrim Thursday. It's going to be Thanksgiving, but we're going to jump on and do a little something. So we will see everyone then. Catch you later.
I see you
We
on
did have
Tuesday
Andy
or
Carson
not.
on standby for the fire.
Tony's chat, right?
Tony's chat? What?
Tony's chat on Tuesday. We'll see you then, before Thursday.
See you then. But we, the OU crew, will see you on Thursday for Transtrim
Fair enough.
Thursday.
We'll be back.
All right. We will be back. Later,
Love you
everybody.
guys. Be well.
See you guys.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.